Hi, welcome to CECO. Come on in. Cerebral palsy is technically a brain damaged, and I think this is the key when we are talking about conductive education as well. We are teaching to our kids how to move and how to be as independent as possible. So we are working with the brain.
Conductive education is a holistic approach towards learning for children with motor disorders, including cerebral palsy, and it encompasses all areas of learning, including, for example, physical therapy, occupational therapy, speech and language therapy, and academic learning. And it incorporates everything together to incorporate a holistic program to encourage learning for the child.
Once they start their classes, either they will start in a conductive education class, which is led by one of the conductors, or they will join the special education class led by one of our special ed teachers, and they will go through their lessons and their routines. The teachers are responsible for lesson plans and daily routines and activities designed to meet the needs of each individual student.
My class is an incorporated conductive education and academics class, so I provide the whole program, a full day for them, including the conductive education components and academic programming. So we begin our day with a lying program or stretching and massage to get the children ready. We go from a lying program into a sitting program, then we continue with a standing program, and then we begin our academics for the day. My children are considered high-functioning children, and hopefully one day they'll transition back into the public school environment. So the children are learning academics that are at grade level, and so English, math, science, everything you can think of is incorporated into their daily routine.
Well, I think it brings a lot, especially for the families. Of course, for us as professional staff, because we learn from them as well. But for the parents, you know, when they start seeing that we care a lot for their children, as well as they see a growth in the cognitive area as well as the physical area, I think it's a lot. It's a plus, because it's hard to say, but a lot of schools, because I used to come from public school system, so not to say nothing negative or positive, but what I'm saying is that there's a lot of people that they're not prepared to really deal with the different kind of challenges that some of the students, you know, have. So I think, you know, it's just when you have the right people, the right staff and everything, yeah, I think it's just a plus for the parents in the community.
We're trained in a big variety of components. We're pretty much specialists on a very limited number of conditions, which includes cerebral palsy, spina bifida, Parkinson's disease in adults, multiple sclerosis in adults, and stroke in adults. We really are specialists in cerebral palsy.
I would just bring them over and show them our children, just introduce them to our children and show how hard they work every single day and what a huge impact our program has on their and their families' lives.
You watch the kids' faces every day and how much the smiles and even the tears, it's like you know that you're impacting them and you know how much they're just gaining from being here.
CECO encompasses a family-orientated approach. So we're taking care of not just the child that comes into our program every day, but also the families, giving them a home, really making them feel part of the conductive ed program, so that not only can they go home and incorporate everything that we teach the child in the daily routine at home, but that they have a support system set up, that they know that this is not just a school, that CECO is a family.
We have a curriculum. We actually use the same curriculum as Orange County schools. And the curriculum
is actually set up for us as far as the topics for the month. And then we do actually have lesson plans that are laid out, different science experiments, different things like that. But we actually have to take those and expand upon them.
The way that I do it and use it is that I have to accommodate it with different level of cognitive level with the students. Because even though they all have cerebral palsy and different disabilities, they all learn different. So that curriculum that I have, what I do is just kind of, you know, adjust it to their learning skills and, you know, abilities, and that's how I use it. For example, the ones that are not verbal, I will do American Sign Language with them. And I will show them different pictures for them to recognize that, different numbers for adding or shapes. And then for the ones that are verbal, then I will use the verbal communication with them.
My reason for coming here and working for the center was the inspiration that I saw looking at the children and their families. Just seeing children happy every single day and fighting their battles and still being happy, it's inspiration for everyone who comes to the center.
Coming to CECO, it gives me a greater appreciation of what I have. Not only in the faces of the kids and the way that they light up, you know, and you talk to them and there's no way that you can have a bad day. There's no way. So it's brought so much to my life that way, just enriching just how I live.
CECO is part of those little communities or entities that are addressing that need. And every single day when he comes back home, you can tell that they've been working with